Welcome back to DBL. The past year has been tough on movie lovers. But now that the theaters are back open, we got a treat for you. This weekend, 12 Mighty Orphans opens nationwide, starring, Martin, Sheen, The Man, and Luke Wilson. Earlier, Tori and I caught up with Martin and the director in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Martin, Sheen, and Ty Roberts, thank you so much for joining us on DBL. This is a real pleasure for us.
Hello, Al and Tori. Good to meet you.
Martin, you're in this film with your Apocalypse Now co-star Robert Duvall, and we'll get to that in just a bit. But I've got to ask about the story we heard about the Apocalypse Now shoot. When we talked to Lawrence Fishburne, he told us a story about how he saved your son Emilio Estevez from drowning.
What?
Is that true?
Yeah, it is. In fact, we didn't know about it until about 30 years later. Emilio never mentioned it. But yeah, it's true. I think Emilio was about 12 or 13 and Larry was 14. They became fast friends and they were out on the boat one day and the boat got stuck. And Emilio got out of the boat to clear the area, and he began to sink into the mud and he went under. And Larry very quickly moved and pulled him on board. I called Lawrence and said, thank you.
By the way,
Appreciate you saving our son's life.
All right, now, Ty, we hear so many stories about Hollywood and about the crazy things that happen on sets. We hear from actors, we hear from the crew, but we never hear from the director. So tell us right now, what's the craziest that ever happened to you while directing?
yes.
Oh, wow. Well, in general, I would have to say on day one of a film I did called The Iron Orchard, we had a bunch of highway shoots out in West Texas, and a haboob came in. Yeah, it was a wall of sand followed by rain, and we were in a town that literally had a gas station and a church.
Martin, as things are slowly getting back to normal, what is it about this movie, 12 Mighty Orphans?
When are you going to stand up for these children and do what's right? Juanita, we have a chance to make a real difference here.
They're going to want you to win. Everybody's going to be behind a team with nothing.
That will make people, like our DBL Nation, see it on the big screen at a movie theater.
It couldn't come at a better time, opening around Father's Day, and it's a real family story, and it's a family movie, but it's a true story. The inspiration is one for the ages. A gang of orphaned kids from this little community in West Texas were brought together by this very caring mentor, Rusty Russell, and he formed a community out of these lads and created this cohesive team, and they all won their freedom. Nothing much was expected of them, so they didn't expect much of each other. And then he came into their midst, and they began to realize that they could come to know themselves and win their freedom and be their true selves if they helped each other and they formed community. How much we can do together, how little we can do alone.
All right, now, Ty, that leads me to my next question. Obviously, there's a powerhouse cast here. So as a director, which heavyweight actor made you the most nervous? Now, if you need to say Martin because he's right next to you, okay, we get it.
Martin was so generous in his process and thoughtful, and we really found our stride pretty quickly, I gotta say, and he was just a wonderful collaborator. Kind of the same with Luke too. He kind of owned that Rusty Russell character and brought in a few ideas that immediately resonated with me. And everybody had their nuances. It was just a really unique process for everybody.
Martin, I do want to say quickly, as President Bartlett, my family watched West Wing, of course, and my sister has panic attacks, and she watches you to calm down. So I would be remiss if I didn't say that you've saved my sister's life many a time, and I just wanted to get that out there.
Please thank her for me and tell her that that makes it all worthwhile.
Thank you, President Bartlett. Martin and Ty, thank you so much for coming on DBL. 12 Mighty Orphans premieres in theaters in Texas, June 11th, and nationally on June 18th. Thanks again, gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.